Alright, don't mind the mess. So what we have today is I am going to show you how to close up a window in an 1860s house. This was built in 1860. So I'm going to show you how to close it up. I haven't put the stud in there yet. Wasn't sure if we were going to frame it out and make a smaller window here, but we decided against it. So what we have is we're going to be putting a landing right here. Steps that go up, come to a landing, and then finish up. So we need to cover that window up too. So it's pretty simple. It's not too bad. First thing you want to do is knock all the trim off. You can kind of see I've already taken this one off to open the window for the loan. But you knock all that off, and that's what's holding this bottom part of the window in. So you'll pull the trim off, then pop the window out, set it to the side. And then once that's done, you'll see there's little pieces of wood on the inside that are actually holding this up. And then you got to break the hundreds of years of paint down through here. Break all that off. And then this top part will come off. And then you take this trim off. Take your seal off. Take off your storm window out there. And for the storm window, what it screws to is there's a little, I don't know, like a 1x1 strip of wood that goes around there to nail it to, screw it to. So we'll take that out. But I'll show you the grand scheme of things. I'll show you how we get her done. All right, let's take this window out. That's just a rest of paint. I'm gonna start at the top. Alright, now we got all that out. I'm gonna show you what I was talking about with that top window, what it sits on. Actually sits on a little block of wood. See, that window actually rests on this. Pretty interesting way of doing it. Sits on this, leans up against the back of this, and then you had that top plate in here that held the top in. Well, that's all that held it in. And then the other window sliding up and down works. So what we'll do, we'll take off all of this stuff, little chunks of wood everywhere, get the storm window out, and then we'll just have a completely opened window. And then we'll take 2x4s and just cut them to length. You don't have to get all crazy with it. Cut it to length. Stick them in there. Basically for something for the OSB on the outside to nail to. So, let's get to it. Most normal people, and the right way to do it is you go on the outside, and they have these little screws, and you unscrew them, and you pull the whole frame off at once. And you don't have to worry about things hitting you in the face. But, as we know, that's not how I like doing things. Wham! Just like that, you have the window out. Alright, now that you got your window removed, what you'll see is this is your J channel for your siding, and right behind it is the outer edge of your house. This has no house wrap or anything like that. We'll be addressing that probably when we do the addition. We'll pull all the siding off, get all new siding for it, and actually wrap the house. But what you're gonna do is, I got this just for demonstration purposes. Start your 2 screws in it, slide it out to the edge, and then grab you whatever material you're using to cover it up. We're using 3/4 inch plywood subfloor, just because I have a whole bunch of it, because that's what we used for the flooring upstairs, 3/4 inch tongue and groove. So what you do is you want this to be flush with the outside of the house. That way you don't have any bubbles or whatnot. So you set that flush, both ends pretty close, and I need a third hand. You push your 2x4 right up against it. Once you do that, run those screws in, and now you have something to screw or nail your OSB to. You're going to do that all 4 sides. All right, so I'm going to show you how I cut out different things with OSB, because I don't have one of those fancy awesome panel saws, so I have to do it my way. Probably an easier way, but this is how I do it. I don't mind it. So for the window, I need 58 by 31. So obviously 4x8 sheet, it's only 48 inches wide, so I got to run my 58 inches up. All I do, 58, mark it, .58. Then take a chalk line. Put it right on that mark. Pull it tight. Snap me a line. So now I want, you got a tongue and you got a groove side. I want the groove side because it's flat. I don't want this little tongue side trying to nail to it and screw to it or whatever. So measure off of your groove side 31 inches. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do the same thing. .31 inches. Grab my chalk line again. Now, I know it's not very much, but I know I only have to cut this square out, this rectangle right here. I don't have to finish this cut, or I don't have to finish this cut. So it leaves for more options later on. If I need a long 8-foot strip, I have this whole long 8-foot strip. If I need a short rectangle, I have this section over here. Where if I finish a cut, it is what it is. You ain't gonna be able to change it. So that's why I do it this way. You know, I don't have, like I said, a fancy panel saw and stuff like that. So snap my chalk lines and then I know. Just cut along here. You have to cut a little bit into this one. And then come up, cut a little bit into that. Boom, you're done. I'll show you. That's what you're left with. So like I was saying, if I need a small, thick rectangle, I have it right here. If I just need a long 8-foot strip, I have it right there. But if I cut it, I'm stuck to just this, or just that. Now I have two options with it. It's just how I try to utilize as much scrap as possible. I'm not made of money. I'm probably one of the cheapest people you'll meet. If I can save that much OSB, I'm gonna save it. Alright, I already got the depth set, but always make sure you set the depth on your saw. There's no point of wearing out that blade any faster than you have to. So what I have is, on my sawhorses, I have a cutout for basically putting 2x4s down in there, setting them on edge. So what I did was, I only got maybe 1/8 of an inch that I'm going to be cutting below the plywood. But I just made sure that this line was in the middle of that gap. That way I don't hit plastic at all. Just small little things. Like I said, just cut a little bit past it. That way you gotta think of your saws rounded. So in order to finish that cut, you gotta go just a little bit further. There she is, just like that. 31 on the money, short 58, perfect. All right, let's go outside. All right, back with the window project. Just an update. I decided I am not going to cover this with siding just yet. Because right here, we're going to be moving this window and doing something with it. These things fly low around here. Got the airport and everything. At least they're still flying. Anyways, the bathroom and laundry room is going to be going right in here too. So we'll probably be moving this window somewhere or doing something with it, whether we're making it smaller. We'll be doing something with it. So from the corner of the house to this J channel right here is 11 feet. As you can see, this is where a full 12-foot piece would end. And if we move this at all, I want to be able to hide as many seams. I don't want seam. I don't want a zigzag of seams going up through there, because I really don't feel like peeling this whole thing off and re-siding it at this point in time. I want to do that all in one big job. Peel all the siding off, or wrap the whole entire house, seal all the windows. This is, like I said, if you can look down in here, there's no house wrap, no nothing. I don't know if you can see in there. But like this window here on the front, it's that asphalt shingling stuff. It's basically like shingles that they put around it, which, nope. I want the good Tyvek house wrap. Redo it all, seal it up. If you do it right. Don't half-ass it. Alright, catch you next time.